Star Wars Republic Commando is a tactical first-person shooter video game set in the Star Wars universe, and it was released in 2005. It was developed and published by LucasArts for the Xbox and Microsoft Windows. Republic Commando is running on the Unreal Engine. The gameplay is similar to the Rainbow Six series, but not as in-depth. You can give certain commands to your commandos, and they will do as you say, but usually it's only when the game allows it. Like when you need to blow up a certain door or hack a particular computer. In Rainbow Six series, you always have full command of your troops. The game is set during the events of the Clone Wars that started at the climax of the movie Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones. In the game, the player takes command of a clone commando team made up of elite clone troopers. These clone commandos have been specifically bred at the clone factories on Commando. The game is available on PC, Xbox, and backwards compatible on the 360 and Xbox One. Let's compare some graphics now. But wait, if you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. The more views I get per video means more side-by-sides and more content from me. And thanks again for being awesome fans. Now back to the graphics. The very first scene, we see that the graphics are better on Windows, but they are still damn good looking on the Xbox. Also in the same scene, the Windows screen shakes very aggressively when compared to the Xbox. Scrolling to the right, the Xbox shows more of the game overall, but this most likely depends on what resolution you end up using on PC. I'm using a 1920 by 1080 fix, as the game doesn't support it natively. Looking in the interior of the aircraft, it seems the PC offers some better lighting effects, but since the game actually doesn't have any artificial light, it's really probably a contrast thing, I guess. I know the aliasing on the Xbox looks fairly jaggy, but in all honesty, it really isn't that bad. Let's check the loading times. And surprisingly, the PC isn't that much faster. The Xbox loads pretty damn quick. The mountains look fantastic on both versions here. Really nice. Next, look at the clone trooper on PC. He does this odd animation before getting wrecked. It's the same exact scene. The trooper has this metallic look on the Xbox and a dull white one on the PC. I think this is because the mip mapping isn't working on the modern PCs. Not sure which is better, but maybe I'll have a decision as we progress. I'm not sure if this scene has a random animation or not, but they are different. I like the PC one because of this exact moment. Moving into gameplay, the spider droid has some nice lighting effects, where the Xbox is just very dark, probably just how the texture is on PC. As I mentioned before, there really isn't no lighting effects. Another look at the clones. Now, I know the clones from the movies probably look more like the PC versions, but I'm kinda feeling the shiny Xbox look. In the next animation, the clone is blown up from above. As he falls down, the animation is different, but I assume that's just the ragdoll physics from how he was hit. The night vision is much better looking on PC. On the Xbox, it gets very blurry. Not sure why, because the game overall isn't that blurry. For the most part, the game's floors have been the exact same, but here, they're pretty different. The Xbox gets some nice shadow effects, just as the PC. Also, the clone here is just as badass.
You want a piece of me?
The two games are pretty much identical, minus the small graphical differences. The clone troopers on your squad are not shiny like the normal ones. Both versions seem to be the same. One thing I noticed here was that the floor on the PC seems to have a different texture map. Let's bring in Xbox One X and modded PC now. The game is on the Xbox original, but when playing on Xbox One X, the graphics are slightly better looking due to the increased resolution. And the modded PC is the base game, but I downloaded a few enhanced textures. The Xbox One X truly does make the game look better overall. The trooper is a lot more crisp and has more anti-aliasing. The modded PC brings the shiny armor back in, but not as much, which I prefer. They are too shiny on the Xbox, and the mod also tweaks the clone's helmet a bit too. It looks great. One other thing the modded version does is it adds a nice texture to the trooper's visor. The Xbox One X really does improve the graphics. It isn't nearly as blurry and the aliasing is way better. On the modded PC, I downloaded a mod to replace the Geonosian soldier texture to more closely match the movie version. This one is my preferred version, but I do understand it would be a hit or miss. It still isn't perfect, but looks better in my opinion. Another texture I replaced was the droids. I downloaded skins to match the droids from episode 1 instead of the silver rusted ones you see in the game. The Xbox looks extremely good and plays perfectly. I could play this version without any issues. The Xbox game on the One X is a bit enhanced, so it's a better option to play. Then when you play the PC on modern hardware, this isn't really a bad way to go either, but you will need to install a widescreen fix to enjoy some widescreen action. The modded PC is my preferred method of playing. I love keyboard and mouse controls for first-person shooters, and the new textures and the better visuals does it for me. But honestly, there really isn't a bad port of this game. They all look great, they all play great, and they're all fun. So let's hope for a remaster or a completely new game in the Clone Trooper world. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to check out more side-by-sides from me. Also, feel free to join my Discord page to see exclusive sneak peeks, game events, and access to Pick My Brain. Thanks again for watching, and please subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, and leave me a comment. Thanks again, and take it easy.